think we're recording.
That on my way there. All right. Well, Haley, welcome back. I know that you were able to kind of jump in and try stage one out, so I appreciate you coming back and picking up where we left off to move forward for stage two.
Thanks.
What what was your tell me what was your action or what was the thing that you were working on between last time and this time from between appointments?
Honestly, it was just getting myself to come back. I tend to start things and not finish things, so just planning on making it back to your office to talk to you was a big one for me.
So you tried it out the first time, you kind of put your toes in the water, felt it, and it's like, that wasn't that bad. I'm gonna come back and do it again.
Yeah, wasn't bad at all.
Wasn't bad at all. Um, so moving forward, there was the PHI that you worked on, the personal health inventory. You filled that out, correct?
Correct, I did.
And so, what I'd like for you to do is kind of look over the areas where you gave yourself various scores, whether it was a 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever that number was. And I'd like for you to pick one area that you gave yourself a high number in. Doesn't matter what it is, just you tell me, and then we'll just talk about it briefly for just a minute.
Okay. High number. I gave myself a 5 in connections as far as like with people I work with or friends and family.
Friends and family. What does that mean to you, friends and family?
It's the people that I let in, the people that are close, that I can depend on. They can depend on me. I feel like over the past year, my parents and I have gotten a lot closer for whatever reason. I think it's just them getting older and me realizing that spending time with them is important. Um, and same with the few grandparents I have left. So I feel like they have kind of taken priority for me. And also with friends, I'm seeing how friendships can turn into honestly family. I see a lot of my friends that I'm very close to as just part of the family.
So your inner circle sounds like it's growing a little and letting those people in that you depend on, that can depend on you, kind of that having that strong support foundation for you.
Absolutely.
The five,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. This is you.
Well, I was just going to say, I think I've gotten to a point where I've tried to do things on my own, and that turns out very lonely. So this has become kind of a thing for me to really focus on.
Connections are important to you.
Very much so.
The five that you gave yourself, tell me about that. What does that five mean to you?
5, I guess the way I was thinking about it as I was writing these down is 5 is something that I feel I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty focused on, and I'm kind of set in that area.
So you're set there, you've done it, you're pretty confident in making it happen. What's helping you to be successful with friends and family keeping it at a five?
Well, them in general makes it super easy because I enjoy the people that I'm around or the people that I talk to on a daily basis, or a weekly basis for some of them. But I would also say, some experiences in the past of not letting people in or not having that inner circle kind of keeps me at at bay, like knowing that the opposite of that was not good. It didn't feel good. Um, Mental health wise, things were not good. So just knowing that you have that support system is pretty big.
You realize the benefits of having those people there because you've had it the opposite, not there, and it's like, oh, this sucks. I really
Right.
value those people, those connections, those people that are there to support me, and that can depend on me.
Yeah. Very much a people person, I've learned.
So, what else would you say is important about friends and family to you in your life right now?
I think they hold me accountable too. I think if I say something, that I'm going to do something, I know that somebody's expecting me to do it. So I think that helps me in the long run because, like I said before, I like to start things and not finish them. It's a problem.
But you're mindful about it. And so, hey, share it with somebody. They help hold you accountable, and you get to finish what you started.
Exactly. Because I know they're relying on me. They want me to succeed too. So, and I think part of it too is knowing that, for instance, having a friend that I work with, knowing that we're both putting in a lot of time and effort and, sacrificing a lot to make things happen, then I don't want to be the short end of the stick, right? And I want to make sure that we're both um, feeling like we can depend on each other. So I think that's a big part of it.
You're both together in the same ship, rowing, doing this, same work. If one's doing more work than the other, then you're not going to be going in the direction you want. You'll be all over the map.
Right. Or the boats like kind of lean in one direction or the other, not because of our weight, but but because somebody's just hanging out,
Yeah.
drinking their pina colada and just.
I'm over here working, doing circles, and you're not doing.
That's right.
Okay, I'll grab the oar. We'll do this together.
That's right. That's right.
All right. I'd like to go back to the personal health inventory, and
Okay.
this time I'd like for you to pick one area that you gave yourself a low number. It could be anything that you want. We'll talk about it briefly for just a second as well.
Oh gosh. Well, I gave myself the lowest I gave myself was a freaking 1, which is terrible. But I did it with the movement of the body.
Movement of the body. Is that what you want to talk about?
Ooh, probably. It's probably a good place to start.
So tell me, what does move in the body mean to you?
I mean, at this stage, it means getting up, standing up. um, in reality, I mean, it means feeling good about myself physically, getting out and walking, even if it's just out in the yard with the dogs, just something, anything.
So you have dogs.
I do.
How many dogs do you have?
Oh, I have 4 dogs.
So you have 4 dogs that's relying on you to get up to go outside, and I'm sure that they're not all going to go or do their business at the same time. And so you've
No,
got 4 different times, 4 different dogs to take care of.
that's right. So, as a foster failure of 4 dogs, I now have many chances to actually get up and do something with them. And I try to because otherwise they wreak havoc when I'm working or anything else.
Kind of a non-human accountability partner.
Right. Yeah, they do definitely hold me accountable. You're right about that.
You gave yourself a 1, you said.
Mm.
What does that 1 mean to you?
I think, and I'm starting to see my pattern here. I think the one I'm looking back at what I used to do, how I used to be, and I'm seeing that things have really changed for me, that I'm much more sedentary. I'm sitting in front of the computer a lot more. Um, working from home versus where I used to work in a hospital is very different. I used to walk a lot in the hospital. I used to go and talk to people or whatever the case, or I'd just take a break and go walk around campus.
Mhm.
Um, Now I'm just hanging out, which is terrible. And I'm literally feet from my kitchen, which is even worse. So um, I'm not even taking 50 steps to get to a kitchen anymore. So
You and the
yeah,
dogs at the house.
just me and the dogs. I talk to them a lot.
The you gave yourself 1, you've noticed a pattern. Not as much movement as it was when you were in the hospital. You had
Right,
opportunities to get up. It's like, I'm just going to go stretch my leg. I'm going to go see Joe Blow, or I'm going to go to the
right.
third floor bathroom, or whatever. Just opportunities to move, and it's the opportunities are not as much now as they were then, I should say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in reality, I probably have more opportunities than I used to. And I tend to just skip over them now.
You say you were 1, but you would like that 1 to be a what?
I would love for it to be a 5, but I think in reality, if I could just get to a 3 right now, I'd be more satisfied than I am right now.
So a 3 is optimal, but a 5 is icing on the cake. And man, that's just amazing.
Right.
So paint me a picture. If you were a 3 today, because that's more realistic for you right now, if you were a 3, what would be possible for you to be doing?
Um, I think I'd be outside more, which I used to love being outside, whether it was kayaking, hiking, fishing, whatever. I used to be outside all the time. Now my friends make fun of me because I'm so pale because I'm inside all the time. I think a 5 would honestly be me living that life again, but 3 would just kind of be me getting back into it, getting back in the gym or getting back into just taking a nice leisure walk after lunch just to feel better and wake up, stuff like that.
So the 5 is I'm all outdoors. I'm doing the things I used to love. A 3 is intentional walking that you can do on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Intentional movement, I should say, something, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah, or just to get up. I got a treadmill. I've got a standing desk now, which has helped. I do stand more. I've gotten a treadmill to put under the desk when I'm standing. I do that sometimes. I'm still trying to learn how to walk and talk at the same time, so that's a little difficult. Um, but yeah, just the little things that I think would make a difference.
So it sounds like you've already started that way. You've realized, hey, a sit stand desk would be beneficial, and maybe even including a treadmill
Mhm.
to up that game just a little bit.
Yeah, just get some steps in.
Get some steps in. We talked some about family and friends, and we talked a little bit about moving the body, and then there's other areas on there that we did not talk about. Of those 8 areas, from moving the body down to power the mind, what's the most important area for you to start to make a change in today?
I think the moving of the body, I think that's because I feel like that has a direct link to the other things that I kind of scored myself low in. Um, so I feel like if I felt better, I would probably engage in the things that I need to be working on or doing in the back of my head.
Start with moving the body, and that's going to trickle down to other areas of your life.
I think so, yeah. I've really neglected that part for about a year now. So
If you were to put this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1's not important at all, and 10's very important. Where would that land on how important it is for you to make this change in moving the body?
I mean, it stands out as a 10. It's like a red flag right now. It's like a blinking light saying, "Haley, you are almost at the point of no return. Stop."
Lights are flashing, sirens going off, somebody's at the top of the mountain waving a flag going, hey, it's
Right.
time to do something today.
Today, it's gonna be
Today.
bad.
So tell me one thing that you can start doing to make a positive change between now and the next time we get together for moving the body. What would that be for you?
Something that I've really been wanting to do and I've been putting it off, but I think it would kind of help me at least start enjoying it again is just going back outside and starting to work outside again. Like even if it's just yard work, just doing something and moving around and being outside. Um, I think that might light a little spark for me, and then I'll want to do more, be outside and go for a walk or take the dogs or whatever the case may be.
Do something outside around the yard,
Mhm.
whatever that looks like, but doing something.
Possibly filling in the holes that the dogs have dug. So
Again, accountability partner, giving you something to do to move times 4.
it's a great way to look at it. If you need a dog, let me know.
All right. Well, any any questions for me before we end today?
No, I feel good about it. I feel like I'm in a place that I can jump in and start working on the outside stuff.
Tell me, what is your takeaway from our conversation today?
Um, that I do have that red flag and that blinking light. I think that really does stand out for me and that I know that something's got to change. So that kind of hits home that I really do need to start working on this.
Time for a change.
Time for a change.
All right. Well, thank you for meeting me here today. We'll get together once we get scheduled, and we'll check in to see how the yard movement goes.
Sounds great.
All right, Kay. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.